not just automatically adjust for horizontally or vertically. You have to like set that before you start it. So anyway, hi everyone. It's been a really long time since I've done a live stream, and I have no idea if anybody is gonna even watch this. And I'm also a little nervous that I'm gonna have a bunch of trolls and weirdos to have to deal with in the moderation. So if that starts happening, I'll probably just cut this off, because if I don't have any of my mods in here and they don't even know I'm doing this. But I just wanted to check in because it's been a really long time, and I've just been missing y'all and just missing reading cards for you guys. And I've been really staying up really late these days, and my hours are crazy, so I'm like wide awake right now. And I know there's people like on other time zones that are probably up, and there's probably also some late nighters that are up too. So here I am. So I hope you guys are well. I'm mostly well. It's been a rough year with health. They said, you know, all the people have said, hey, Heart of Gold. Yay. One of my mods is here. She's got a wrench. Hey, Krista. We got another wrench. Yay. But yeah, health has been, you know, rough. Like I remember at the beginning of the year of the dragon, year of the snake. We're in the year of the snake this year, and but I remember, you know, hearing all the predictions that health was going to be kind of rough for the dragon, and it has been. It's been a lot. I'm not even going to get into everything I've been going through and dealing with, but I just feel like I'm fighting something every day, something different. It's, you know, asthma and sinus stuff or perimenopausal stuff. It's just been never ending, and I feel like I can barely stay on top of it. I need to do stuff with my teeth. I need to do, it's just like everything. And the only good thing is that I have found some decent doctors. You know, I've gotten to the bottom of some things that I didn't know were going on for a long time. So that's good. And I feel like people are really listening when I talk, which is nice. So that was definitely one of the things for the dragon, you know, for this year, was that you'll have more health issues, but you'll also find better doctors if you're looking for them. So I've definitely experienced both. So it's just been a lot. And you know, I'm still working, doing readings offline, of course. I'm, you know, doing my eBay store, doing all my stuff. I'm a goat. You can't not make me work. So I've been doing my things. But I've been missing doing our Capricorn stuff. And it's just been, as you know, right now, I mean, just it's energetically rough. Like the whole planet is going through so much, which I'm not even going to get into all of it. You already know. We're all on the same wavelength. These are our little group here. We know what's up. Don't even need to talk about it, but it's heavy. It's very heavy, and I feel like a lot of people are just kind of checked out because of it. Like we're just all exhausted. Like we're all freaking tired. Emotionally, psychically, spiritually, physically, we're all just like, ugh. Like I've just been having like, just put me under a blanket with a pillow and just leave me there for as long as I want to be there, you know. That's pretty much how I feel. Is like, just let me hibernate till it's better. Let me hibernate till it's good again. Oh my goodness. Not to say there aren't good things, you know. My bunnies are doing really good. Little Bunsen and Arthur, they're really great. I think around the time that I stopped doing my streams was when little Petey passed away. Petey was my little Oregon bun, and he lived to be 16 years old, which is unbelievable for a rabbit. So he had an amazing life, and just, you know, I'm just grateful I had him as long as I had him. So yeah, but Bunsen and Arthur, they're 5 years old and they're both doing really well. So My mom is still kicking. Everybody's still basically fine, but you know. So let's read some cards. I don't know if anyone's up for it, but I've been missing doing our little Sunday spirit animal thing. We haven't done that in quite a few moons, and you know, we've gone through a lot of retrogrades. Saturn's in retrograde, Pluto's I think in retrograde. We got all the retrogrades happening right now. We got rid of the Mercury retrograde earlier this month. Venus and Jupiter are in Cancer right now. And if you happen to be up around right before sunrise, you have to be up super early or super late, depending on your schedule. But if you look on that eastern horizon, oh my word, it's so stunning. Like you can see Jupiter and Venus while the sky is still dark, right? So bright. They are so bright, and they're conjunct right now because they're in the same sign. It's not going to last very long because Venus moves faster than Jupiter. It'll start, you know, moving further away from it. But right now, oh, it's gorgeous because those two planets are so bright, and they're really close together right now in that Cancer conjunction. Just beautiful to see it. Trying to think what else is going on. We're still in Leo. We're almost to the sun moving to Virgo. I'll be glad to have the sun back in an earth sign. It always just feels a little bit better. A little more stable. The moon today, I'm trying to remember, the moon I think is in Gemini. Yes, Virgo at 0 degrees. Yes. It's the clean sweep. And I think for anyone dealing with health habits, physical stuff, you know, we can really get into the Virgo energy really well. That's good, heart of gold too, because that when the Virgo energy, you know, the sun goes into your first house, it makes you feel more revived, more awake. When the sun moving through your 12th house, you feel a little bit more sleepy. Yeah, because it's a Pisces house. See you later, Krista. Thank you for popping in. I know it's a late nighter here, so I didn't really expect hardly anyone to show up. But hopefully in the future we'll get back to doing the lives a little bit more because I do miss them. And the other thing I've been doing on YouTube is my perfume reviews. I have been doing those videos over on my Sassy Dragon YouTube channel, and that has been so fun. Like, so fun. Lots of good, you know, compliments, lots of good interaction on that. No drama. Like, I haven't had any drama. Should knock on wood, right? But I haven't had any drama. And unfortunately, the tarot readings sometimes bring some crazy people out of the woodwork. So you kind of, you know, you have to be careful with that. But I've had a really good time with doing the perfume reviews, and that's been fun. So yeah, that's a big part of it too, is just, you know, time investment and how much energy you have for everything. So I should have got a deck of my sign cards to just make it easier to do the timestamps on this. I didn't do that. Let me grab some really quick. See, I'm right over here, so I'm just gonna come over and pick them up, and we'll see who shows up. We'll see who shows up for this. But yes, so Heart of Gold, first house, Virgo, that is going to feel a lot better for you. That's going to feel so much better, because when that starts moving through, then you really get the fresh energy back. When your sun sign, when the sun is transiting through your personal 12th house, that means it's at the end of your astrological year, right? Your whole cycle is coming full circle. And so even though it's not the actual end of the year, it's your end of the year, because that Pisces house is just, you know, dealing with all the crud that accumulated over the last 12 months, and you're just cleaning it all out, and you feel more emotional, more vulnerable, more sensitive, all those things. And then when the sun goes over the horizon, moves into the first house, you feel so much better. That's why I always say, like for me with my birthday, my sun is in the 12th house. About a week after that, the sun always gets out of there and I feel so much better. So I'm like, I always want to celebrate my birthday like a week after my birthday is over because it just feels better. All right. I don't know if, do you all want to read cards? Or should we just go to bed? That's how I'm like. Should we just go to bed? That's where I'm at these days. Ah, I really am. And it does take a little while to go through all the 12 signs. But if people want to do them, I'll do them. Yeah, I think we've only got like 2 people in here right now. So we could just do like a universal read, something like that. I just wanted to show up, see who's around. But it's a sleepy night. It's always a sleepy night. That's why I never know when to start, you know. I never know when to start because every night's a sleepy night. Oh, how many people are in here? 3? Yeah, maybe I should plan another day and we could start earlier and get everybody in here. That would probably be the better idea since it is kind of low energy and stuff like that. I don't know what would work best. So let's just do that. I'll just do a quick read for the universal since we don't have a lot of people here. And then we'll just wrap it up and we'll reconvene. We'll reconvene another day, unless you want to do all the 12 signs. That's a lot. It'll be like, hey Bella, oh, how are you doing? Good to see you. Maybe we will do all 12. I don't know. I'm debating about what kind of reads or any, if I should do them or not. We'd start with Leo because we're in Leo season. I would start out with our lions. I know we've got a couple Capricorns in here too. Yeah. Oh, Bella, you've heard about all the wild shenanigans that Sam has been getting himself into. Oh my word. Our wild Virgo, our wild uncontained Virgo friend. Oh my word. Hey, Ocean Garnet. Yeah, there's another one of our Capricorns. All right. Good. There's nothing like a good Leo party. I haven't been to a good Leo party in a minute, and I even have a good Leo friend here in town. I really been missing the Leo boat this year. I swear, it's been feeling, the energy's been heavy, health stuff has been a lot, and nothing has felt really normal. But at least I've been getting a lot of good sleep. I really have. I've been resting really well. That is one thing. So, oh yeah, he's had a big attitude adjustment. No, for those who don't know, me and Bella, we both know a guy named Sam Mitchell, and Sam is quite a character, and he is a Virgo, and this past spring he came to visit. He goes up and down from Florida to New York, and he came through where I am to visit, and he took it upon himself to want to do yard work, housework. My mom was like, "Oh, bother, we don't want you doing that." And I was asleep. I was taking a nap, and he got up on our roof and started trying to trim things. And he didn't have his shoes on, and my mom was telling him, "Don't you do that." And he fell. Is it better? It doesn't look like I. Oh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Sam. You can't with that guy. He's hilarious. He's a Virgo with a Gemini moon and a Libra rising. So yeah. Character. He's one of the funniest people I know though. He is hilarious. He's a really funny guy. Um yeah. He's an absolute character. I don't know if he's ever been here for one of our lives. Absolutely no filter. That's the Gemini moon. He says everything he thinks. He does not hold back. And in person, neither do I. So, that's why we're buddies. All right, so let's start out. It's been a long minute since we've done any live readings here at the Dragon Channel. I tell you, we're going to start with Leo. It is Leo's season. It is their time. Even for the last, this is the last week of Leo time. So let's just see what we have for Leos in the cards. We're gonna do our animal cards today, our animal tarot, because it's still Sunday in some time zones, so we're still doing Spirit Animal Sunday here, and let's just dig right on in and see what we get for Leo. Let's just do for the week ahead, because I'll try to do this again next week. Those would be really fun to keep it going again. I swear you can't make it up. We were just talking about Sam being my fool friend. Uh-huh. There it is. There the fool card is the very first card to come out, and that's who we were talking about. So the puffin is coming out with the fool. That's going to be for earlier in the week or the immediate past. The center of the week, the central motivation or theme is going to be the wolf, the Knight of Pentacles. And then the wrap up, what you get out of this is the rhinoceros, the King of Pentacles. So very, very nice for Leo. What I feel is that this is a week where you're meant to take a leap of faith, maybe take a little risk. Maybe you have to jump on something very quickly that you don't get a whole lot of time to think about, but it might be a financial investment or development that needs your attention. Even though you generally like to move slowly, the Knight of Pentacles doesn't like to rush, that this might require you this week to get ready and move very quickly, Leo, because it's kind of like you're going to have to take the leap of faith about some kind of financial matter, some kind of financial progression. And I think it'll turn out really well for you because it goes from the Knight of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. So it brings that Taurus stability, the stability with resources and money and feeling like you're back on top of your game. So I feel like any kind of quick move that you have to make this week when it comes to money, resources, or maybe going for a job interview or checking something out that may seem a little bit promising, it turns out really well for you by the end of the week. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Flamingo Spirit, the Two of Wands. So to me, again, this is like the beginning of some new adventure. To me, Two of Wands is like that portal energy. It's asking you to like check it out, step through a door, try something new. And so to me, that feels very positive this week for you guys. Let's get a main spirit animal affirmation for your week ahead, Leo. And we have the fox. The fox is very clever, very loving, really watches out for them and their own. Really sweet, sweet energy. Absolutely love this card. The art is so beautiful too. You are swift and smart. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you, and be open to romance. So really nice read there for Leo. Financially, emotionally, I feel like this is a good week for the lion as we wrap up your season. Alrighty. I'm missing some messages here as we're sitting here talking, but thank you for everyone that's joined the chat. Really appreciate it. Let's see what we have for Virgo. Virgo is up next. We've been sitting here talking about one of our wild Virgo friends. And so yeah, Virgo energy, I tell you, it's an interesting energy. I always find, that to be a very multi-layered, very complex sort of sign, Virgo is, because it's earthy, but it's also ruled by Mercury. So that's how it can be very flighty and very talkative, and it thinks a lot and always has a lot on its mind, always has a lot to say. So let's see what we have in the Animal Tarot for Virgo for this week ahead. We need some good stuff for them, I swear. Nice. Ooh, very nice. Looks like a good time for Virgo, actually. All right. And Bella, you'll appreciate this. This is the pig, the first card that came out. And our Virgo buddy Sam is also born in the Chinese lunar year of the pig. So I'm just kind of dying on this. I feel like this is for him. So the pig, 10 of Pentacles, abundance, success, things coming full circle, money getting better, finances improving, something you've worked very hard, finally, being there, finally working through for you. We also have the bee spirit in the center, the Wheel of Fortune. So this is a good week for things moving forward in a big, expansive way for you, Virgo. The Wheel of Fortune is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is in the sign of Cancer right now, conjunct Venus, both in Cancer. This is a very nice alignment for Virgo because it opens up big doors of opportunity. But the thing about those opportunities is that you have to act on them. You can't just sit and let them pass you by. So if some good opportunity comes by this week, it's definitely time to move forward on it. Kind of similar to Leo's message, even though they're very different cards, it was definitely similar, right? Very similar energy where it's like there's going to be opportunities, but you've got to act on them. And it could be, again, business opportunities, investment opportunity. We've got the Page of Pentacles here with the camel at the end. So this could lead to something that seems like a small investment or a small opportunity at first, but then it gets a lot better. Like it has the potential to grow. It has the potential to go further. And I feel like what this is sort of saying too is like you've already had some success in another area, and something's come full circle, and then the wheel keeps moving and another little opportunity comes your way, another little investment opportunity comes up. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Giraffe, 8 of Pentacles. So this again is just looking at the bigger picture, keeping focused on everything that you're doing, being the very best at your work, which we know Virgos are always about that perfectionism. They always want to get things just right. And so that 8 of Pentacles is very much about that. It's like just focusing on your craft, focusing on what it is that you want to be the best at, and just keep that right on track. Let's get into a affirmation for the week for Virgo, please. When we have the cat spirit, independence. Nobody's telling you what to do this week, Virgo. All right, so you are a natural healer. Your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. So this is, to me, also very resourceful energy with the cat spirit. So it's kind of like, even if life throws you some curveballs this week, Virgo, I see you landing on your feet. You know, which of your 9 lives are you on? Might have to do with your luck this week, too. All right, great read for Virgo. Let's see what Libra has. Here's our Libra card. So we're going to read for our Libras next up. That's exactly it, Bella. Dogs have owners, cats have staff, and bunnies have servants. Trust me, they got me. I'm their servant. I do whatever they want. So let's see what's going on for Libra. I know this is kind of an interesting time for them because we have a lot of that Cancer cardinal energy, so you might feel a little bit pinched right now. But let's see what your animal tarot has to say. Let's see what your spirit animals are coming up with for Libra. Let's see what the week ahead is looking like for y'all. Aww. Ooh, some interesting stuff, Libra. You might have a very transformative kind of week here. All right, so first card up is the Penguin, the 3 of Cups. So to me, this is such a beautiful card of getting together with friends, celebrating something, taking a little time to just relax. Like if you've been just working, and I know Libras get in that because it's that scale. So sometimes Libra's like a workaholic, other times they're super relaxed, but this is kind of like almost saying if you've been working too much, it's time to take a break. It's time to relax a little bit with this Penguin card. Maybe see some friends, call some people you haven't talked to in a while. Right in the middle is the Hyena spirit, our 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords usually indicates some difficult trial coming to an end. There could be a lot on your mind that you need to talk about with others because, you know, the Swords is the mental energy, the intellect. That really has to do with just, you know, maybe feeling like someone has stabbed you in the back, something really difficult has happened and you really are processing it. It's the end of a difficult cycle, the end of maybe a difficult relationship or a difficult circumstance in your life. And maybe it's time to get together with your friends and just clear that, you know, and just release and relax because look at what's at the last card is the Death card, our little fancy moth there who, you know, is really all about the transformation, the change, Scorpio energy, right? So it's very much like, you know, there's a end of a cycle coming through here. And I feel like it's really important for you to connect with your friends, with your support group, the people that really care the most about you as you go through this major life transition or transit, because something is changing. Something big is changing this week for y'all Libras. On the bottom, look at that. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Raven, the Magician. So to me, this is about alchemy. This is one thing transforming to another. So don't get too down. Don't get too heavy about it, even if it's something that's very challenging. My feeling is that it's really for the best. Something very positive is going to come out of this. And you may even be the one who was sort of, you know, orchestrating this change. So very, very nice. I really like that energy quite a bit. And we're going to do a spirit affirmation for Libra, a little affirmation for the week for you. We have the raccoon, the inventor. I love this. Ooh. I have some really cute raccoons that show up in my backyard sometimes. And they're really comical and fun, okay? The inventor spirit, right? They're very curious. They're always, you know, they're just funny. Let's see. So decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. You have many roles and can juggle them well. So I do feel like you're going to be doing a little bit of this week, Libra. You're going to be deciding what path you really want to take, what you want to let go of, what you want to keep from it. But it is a definite week of transformation. There's something big that's shifting in a powerful way. And even if it's difficult, I think good things are going to come out of it. You're going to feel a whole lot better afterwards. Oh yeah, we get some very strange people in tarot chat. I don't get anything like this when I do perfume videos. Never. Never. It's only it's only tarot. It's only the spiritual stuff. It's only this that brings the people that are a little spicy extra to the yard. That's right. You get some real interesting ones. Very special. Very special. All right, Scorpio. Let's see what's going on with my Scorpio. All secret in the dark. um, Virgo season is coming up, and that's a good time for Scorpio. I don't think Leo season is that great for Scorpios, actually. It's one of their harder signs to deal with. Leo is a square to Scorpio, so honestly, I would say probably the last 3 weeks are more challenging, more difficult. So that I think is very, very possible. I think it's my phone. I think it is. That's called. It goes back and forth very easily. My connection is not always the strongest. Sometimes it just is great all the time, and then other times not so much. All right, so back to Scorpio. And what I was saying is that Leo is one of the more difficult seasons for Scorpio because it is a square to their sign. So it wouldn't surprise me if this last, 3 weeks has been a little challenging. But the good thing is very well aligned to Scorpio, and Jupiter is well aligned to Scorpio for like the rest of the year and into next because it's in Cancer. So that's really positive. And we're getting ready to go into Virgo season, and that's also a better alignment for Scorpio than Leo is. It just always is going to feel better. So let's go ahead and get 3 tarot cards for this week for Scorpio for the week ahead, please. Woo! Really nice. Very nice cards. All right, so we've got the Lion card, the Strength coming up first. So the Strength is the number 8 in the tarot. This is very much, when your spirit is overcoming your physical or mental human limitations, right? So this is a very strong week. That's really how it starts out. That you're going to have to be strong, courageous. You may be overcoming some things that are very difficult, maybe even about your own nature, because I always say the Strength card is us overcoming a lot of our own human nature. It's like our spirit overcoming our physical or mental limitations, and overcoming worries, overcoming fears, overcoming doubts, all the emotions that people have, right? It's like that's what the Strength card is about. It's a really intense one, but you can handle it. Scorpios can handle intensity. Right in the center, though, we have the White Buffalo. Really great card is the Ace of Pentacles. I do feel like this is some kind of financial gift, blessing, bonus, raise, promotion. This is usually some sort of physical gift from the universe. It is, a reminder that, you have abundance. You don't need to worry so much about resources. Gives you that sense that things are going to be fine, right? It really does. It's such a good card. And in the end, we have our Tiger, the King of Wands, which is very bold, very bright, goes after what it wants, puts its foot down, doesn't make any excuses for anything. It just goes right ahead and gets what it wants. And I'm telling you, it's like we got the 2 big cats here for your Scorpio reading, which is pretty awesome. To me, it's like the big cat energy is very like independent, strong, knows what it wants, very primal, and it's kind of like, to me, with those coming out around the buffalo of, prosperity and abundance, it's sort of like just you saying to the universe, it's like, I know what I want. I'm going to go after it. Everything's going to be okay. And the universe is like, yeah, everything's going to be okay. You're going to have what you need. You're going to get what you want. You're going to have what you need. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Pentacles again. We have our pig spirit. And so to me, again, you know, Ten of Pentacles is one of the best cards for financial success and abundance. It's a very, very happy card. It's like getting everything that you want. So that plus the Ace of Pentacles, this is a great week to ask for what you want, whatever it is, especially when it comes to money, when it comes to a job or a promotion or job interview or whatever it is. It's like, know your own worth and ask for that, because, you know, it's that energy is there. The big cats are like, look at me, I'm awesome. Look at me, I'm great. And I know those pentacle cards are like knowing your worth and asking for what you're worth. So very strong, very confident energy this week for these Scorpios out there. Let's get a affirmation card on this reading. And we've got the Deer Spirit coming in with love. Yep, it's a Bambi card. Be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things and acknowledge your self-worth and grace. Again, so there's a lot of self-love about that card. Acknowledging your own worth is really important, especially when it comes to your financial life this week, obviously, Scorpio. They kind of go hand in hand. Very strong if you're either going on job interviews or asking for any kind of, you know, raise or promotion or anything this week. That's a very, very strong energy that you've got going on. Very, very nice. All right, let's get into Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Oh my goodness, my Saggies. I hope you all are great and hope you're doing well. This is going to be your spirit animal reading for the week ahead. Let's see what we have got for you. We're going to be pulling 3 from the Ark. These cards are great. This is the Ark deck. And it's a beautiful one. It's a tarot deck that combines spirit animals. So when we do our spirit animal Sunday readings, this is usually the deck I reach for. Let's see, Spirit, what we have for Sagittarius this week. Ooh, okay. Interesting stuff going on. There could be a little bit of heartbreak or trouble in paradise. I hope not, but it may be the way it is. Warthog Spirit, 2 of Cups. This is a love connection, relationship, romantic connection. We have got the Weasel with the 7 of Swords. You know he is a sneaky little critter. Always something that could be a little bit underhanded or a little bit, you know, ill-advised. And then we do have the Gorilla Spirit, the 7 of Wands. So Sagittarius, there's a couple ways you can read this, but this could be something where maybe someone that you have just met that maybe you had a good feeling about turns out to not be such a good feeling, or you find something out that's kind of distressing about them or something that's not very honest. And that 7 of Wands really encourages you to put your foot down and not put up with it. So that could be very possible. That could be possible that you do that this week with someone and just tell them, no, I have standards, I have things that I want in a relationship, and I'm not going to put up with dishonesty or deceit or any kind of deception. So that's a very potential thing. Also, it could be something where someone is trying to get in the way of a relationship of yours. Someone is either trying to tempt you or tempt your person, and you have to stand up to them, or they have to stand up to them. Either way, there's a couple ways you could read this, but there's something going on. There's something going on with a relationship this week that is probably going to need to be addressed. And even if it comes out good in the end, it's still a situation where you're going to have to be assertive. You're going to have to figure out what battle to pick, you know, to fight. Like, you don't have to fight this battle if you don't want to. You could just walk away from it. That's the 7 of Wands always tells us. It's like, choose your battles wisely, right? But if you need to, go ahead and do it. On the bottom is the bluebird, our Three of Swords. So again, there is a little potential for some heartbreak or disappointment. I hope not. I hope not. I hope this is more of a heart healing card for you than it is a heartbreak card. It very much has to do with the way the situation plays out, but just be aware that there could be something like that going on for you this week. Let's get an affirmation for Sagittarius, please. And we've got the white stag. Very, very nice energy there. It is a protector, and you might be feeling very protective this week, Sagittarius, of your relationship, of yourself, of your own energy, your own integrity. You are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. So remember, you are protected by spirit this week, no matter how it plays out. That is the best way to approach it. All right. Capricorn, Capricorns. I hope my goats are doing good. Me and my goats. Oh, it's been quite a year for the goats. You know, I think a lot of the lessons that we completed while Pluto was in Capricorn for almost 15 years are still settling in for us. I really do. I think that we're really, you know, still downloading a lot of those things, and I think we are feeling a lot freer. We are in a new stage of life 100% since that shift, but it hasn't been that long since that shift, really. So we're still, it's like the dust is still settling. We're still getting a lot of that energy. So let's see what we've got, Capricorn, in your Spirit Animal Tarot for this week ahead. Let's see what we have for the goat, goat, goat. All right. Oh yes, Capricorn. Here we go. First card out is the Lover's card. Gemini energy, choices to make in relationships this week for sure. Love is probably very much at the center or a big part of the energy of the week. The Five of Cups is here with our manatee spirit, and so my feeling about this is that there's something that is disappointing or heavy in love, and it's like you're trying to weigh a decision of what you should do because some of those cups have really been knocked over. You've probably lost some trust, some hope, some faith, or you're just feeling, you know, down, or maybe you're just at a point in a relationship where you're seeing the difficult or the negative side of things, and you're kind of like, should I just cut my losses and keep on going, or should I, you know, try to keep going? The other thing with the Five of Cups, of course, is that, you know, in the traditional tarot, it's always that like some of the cups have been knocked over and he's focusing more on what's gone wrong than the things that are still going right. So it's really a matter of perspective and how you're looking at this week, Capricorn. Third card coming out is our Justice card, Balance, the Elephant Spirit. So I would say stay strong, stay grounded, stay rooted, just like that elephant. Justice is that Libra energy. So I feel like, you know, something by the end of the week is it's gonna balance for you. It's gonna make sense. You're gonna know what to do. But what you really want is fairness, justice, balance. You'd rather handle things in a diplomatic way than in a difficult way. Yeah, but you just want things to be righted. Anything that's gone wrong, you want the order to be set right. And that's very strong in this reading. On the bottom, there is the Ciceropia moth. That is the death card, Scorpio energy. So there's a lot of ways you could read this. You could be involved with easily a Scorpio, Gemini, or Libra, because those are the big signs that came out of this reading. Or you're definitely looking at the potential ending of a relationship or something that you're in. That's very much, or even a legal situation because of that justice card. For some of you, that if it's not pertaining to love, you could be saying, no, it has nothing to do with love. It could also be a justice situation, a legal situation that you're going through. And you're really like this, it's like it's either going to die or it's got to transform, but it cannot stay the same way as it has been. Very intense, but very good reading there, Capricorn, because I do feel like whatever happens, karma is always on the goat's side. That is the thing. We're ruled by Saturn. You can't mess with the goat too much because Saturn does tend to smack the people that smack with us. So I think everything will work out for you. It's just a matter of, standing up for yourself, planting those feet firmly on the ground and saying, here's what I will accept, here is what I will not accept, and, seeing how it works out. So let's get an affirmation for you, Capricorn. These reads have been great tonight. Like they're very on point. Oh, love to see her. The ladybug. See, Capricorn, luck is on your side no matter what, because the ladybug is super, super good luck. I love all my lucky bugs. Ladybugs, crickets, grasshoppers. You are a bright energy. Let worry go and be happy here and now. Feel good about being a loving and colorful you. You bless the world with color and good luck. So Capricorn, even if things are feeling a little heavy right now, this is a great energy, great little blessing for you that's coming out there at the end of this. All right. Let's see how many people are still with us. 5, 6, something like that. I'm amazed there's so many people here late at night. I didn't know if anybody would show up. All right, Aquarius. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Ocean. Appreciate you. All right, Aquarius, let's see what we have for you guys for this week. This is going to be your spirit animal reading for the week ahead. Any kind of energies, messages, and vibes we are looking for, Aquarius, please. Aww. Okay, so we start out with the otter spirit right in the center, right in the start, I should say, the 6 of Cups. So this could be a week of nostalgia for you, Aquarius. I'm feeling that a little bit here. 6 of Cups is the only card in the tarot that really addresses the past, right? Childhood memories, memories of past relationships, friendships, all that kind of thing. So this may be a week where you either feel like contacting someone from your past or someone from your past contacts you. Very possible. Going into the center card, we have the caterpillar spirit with the 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles is really that card of like, holding on to something a little too tight. So this could be, holding on to either your resources too tight, but as it addresses to this card, you might be holding on to something from the past a little too tight, and you might be looking, just like the caterpillar, to start transforming beyond that this week. Going into the future position, we do have the mouse, and that is the 3 of Pentacles. So we have both the 3 and the 4. And in this case, I feel like it's actually, even though we're going back to an earlier card, the 3 versus the 4, I think it's actually more of a progress for you, because this is a card that indicates you'll be working with like-minded people to get some perspective, to get something done. And if you've been having a hard time letting go of something that's been painful for you or difficult, or you just are kind of like, I really just wish I could shake this off, I think that it would be a great thing, to have people that can help you to do that. On the bottom of the deck, we have the rabbit spirit, the 7 of Pentacles, which I love because I love the bunny. But 7 of Pentacles is very much about, is the juice worth the squeeze, right? Is this thing that I've been working on, or this thing that I've been trying to grow, worth continuing. So just keep that in mind. And this could be, yes, it could be about a relationship. It could be about something from the past, and you're kind of like, should I keep trying? Should I keep hanging on? Or should I let this plant go? Should I just let it die? Or should I continue the journey? So this is something where I think it's good for you to talk to other people this week, especially trusted counselors, trusted friends or family. Those are the best people to seek for guidance about whatever your circumstance with this is. Let's get an affirmation for you, Aquarius. Yes, the Swan card. So letting go with grace, but the Swan also has a lot to do with the soul, the depth of the soul and emotions and romance. So this could definitely pertain to a romantic relationship from the past of some kind. You who glide across the water of my soul, bring me your wisdom and light. Help me transform into elegance and grace. Inspire me with dignity and the spirit of beauty. This is also a good week to do creative things. If you have a creative pursuit or something that you really enjoy, because the Swan also has to do with music and art and aesthetics. So that's also just a little side note that, you know, if you're having, you know, some difficulties or challenges and it's just feeling kind of heavy, that's like a really good way for you to get a lot of that shaken out, is just do something creative, do something that takes you out of that overthinking mind. All right. Next up is Pisces. Doo-doo. Little fishy. The fishy fish. So let's see what we got going on for Pisces. I know things are, you know, there's some good stuff going on with Pisces. The Jupiter and Venus position right now in Cancer is really nice for Pisces right now. It is a very, very positive energy for you guys. Let's see what we have in the Spirit Animal Tarot for Pisces this week ahead. What kind of messages you most need to hear. Ooh, feisty. Very feisty week, Pisces. Wow, spicy fish. So first card out is the Goat. We've got the Six of Pentacles. This is equal give and take, Pisces. This is reciprocity. If you've been pouring a lot into a job, a relationship, a family member, a friend, whatever it is, and if you feel like you haven't been getting equal energy and reciprocity back, I think you're going to put your foot down. And not in a mean way, but just in a like, yeah, I deserve just as much as I'm giving. I don't think you're going to be willing to just sit and passively put up with it anymore, especially because we've got our little Tasmanian devil here in the middle. I love him. Five of Wands is a little bit of friction, a little bit of a tussle. It's not like a big, nasty fight, but it's definitely some sparks. It's definitely you just saying, nope, I'm worth more than this. I'm going to stand up and, you know, if you can't, you know, be an equal measure with me, then this doesn't work for me. And we've also got our squirrel spirit. That's our Ace of Wands. So I feel like you've kind of prepared what you want to say, because squirrels are always preparing for the winter. They're always storing up food. So I feel like you are definitely more than ready, more than prepared to level your complaints or argument or feelings at someone in a very assertive kind of way, right? It's just, like I said, it's a little feisty. It's a little like, no, I'm not going to put up with this. Ace of Wands is a very positive card because it usually indicates that Spirit is giving you a brand new, bold, passionate beginning somewhere in your life. And I think if you're willing to stand up and fight for what you want a little bit more right now, Pisces, you know, and it might surprise people because Pisces is a sign that tends to be very easy, mellow, go with the flow, doesn't really stand up for what it wants much. But when it does, people are like, oh, they're really, like, they're for real. They're not going to put up with this anymore. On the bottom of the deck, too, we have the Scorpion spirit with the Nine of Wands. So like I said, it's a little spicy this week for Pisces. Like you're not afraid to flex your little stinger a little bit, because I feel like you know more than ever your own worth, right? And you know what it's possible for you to achieve. And I feel like you're ready for that new beginning. You're ready for something bold and fiery and fun, and that brings your passion back into your life. Let's get an affirmation on this for you. And look at this. We've got the Ram, which is Aries energy. So fiery this week, Pisces. Oh my goodness. With perseverance. I mean, look, it's like you got the goat and the ram. Look at this. So persistent. All right, you have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up, and good luck will follow. I feel like you've been very patient, and the goat shows you've been very patient. I feel like your patience is running thin this week, Pisces. Like you're just like, no more. Like give me my due. Give me my credit that I should have. Give me the love that I deserve. Yeah, because you've been putting a lot of energy into something or someone. Very, very nice. All right. Speaking of fiery, we're going onto the fieriest one of all, Aries. Yes. So Aries, I hope you're doing great this week. Hope you've been well. This is going to be your spirit animal reading for this week ahead. We're just going to be pulling 3 cards to get some messages for the Aries week. What you most need to know. Very nice. Ooh, yeah. This is nice energy. Okay, so the mouse spirit is coming up first. And to me, that's a more gentle energy. This is attending to the small details, the 3 of Pentacles. You and some coworkers or friends could be working on something that's important to you, and it's a little bit of a time where you're doing some fine-tuning. The second card that comes up is the Jaguar, the Queen of Swords, which is definitely about balance. It's about cutting out anything from your life that doesn't serve you, not putting up with any nonsense, not putting up with anything that's, dragging you down or keeping you feeling stuck. It's Libra energy. So it's all about bringing justice, fairness, equality, and detaching from things that are just dramatic or problematic for you. Going into the last card, we have the Manta Ray Spirit, which is our Temperance card. Very strong Sagittarius energy here. So to me, this is a lot of freedom. It's a lot of balance, and there's a lot of, growth and wisdom here. You may be really learning how to integrate new elements into your existing life. So that's a powerful kind of transition going on this week. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Firefly Spirit. So we do have the 6 of Wands. I do feel like there is victory and success at the end of whatever it is you're working on. Mostly I do. I feel like you're kind of fine-tuning your life. You're letting go of things that are not good for you anymore, and you're really starting to bring things into perfect harmony, better balance. Very nice. Let's get a good affirmation for Aries. Aries, you're more balanced this week. It's nice to see it. Pisces is the one acting like an Aries this week. They're all fired up. Ooh, and we have the Raven coming out for your affirmation. Very strong magic energy when you have the Raven pop up. You are the creator and magician. Use your gifts for good. There is power in your wisdom and words. Connect with the elemental spirits and glide through the void. Claim your place as the keeper of the mysteries. So Aries, you're going to some deep, good places. Your power is increasing. Your knowledge and your self-awareness is increasing. this very nice messages for you this week. All right. And we are going ahead with Taurus. I hope my Taurus folks are doing great out there. This is going to be your spirit animal messages for this coming week. We're just doing a 3-card pull with an affirmation, and we are going to see what messages Spirit wants to bring forward for Taurus at this time. Ooh, nice. Very earthy, it feels very grounded for the most part this week. We're starting out with the Bear Spirit, Queen of Pentacles, a very strong Capricorn energy, so it's really in tune with Taurus for that Earth Spirit. This is about really knowing your worth. This is about being very practical. You might be working with business or money this week quite a bit. If you own a business or you have an important position in one, this is very, very strong. It's kind of a little bit like Empress energy too. So it's very creative. It's very protective of whatever it's creating. So anything that you're working on, Taurus, this week, you're going to feel very strong about it. Like you're going to be very protective and careful about it. Right in the center, we have our little raccoon spirit. That is our Page of Wands. It's very playful, very fun, very joyful. This is very much a reminder to embrace the inner child or a childlike spirit and make sure you're still having a little bit of fun. Not getting too serious or heavy this week, Taurus. And our last card in the trio is the Fox Spirit, our Knight of Wands. Again, fiery, joyful, energetic. It takes action. It doesn't sit still. So it's like, I feel like there's this very earthy, nice, balanced energy. And also, all of these animals are very, to me, very grounded. You know, they're very like forest, woodland, you know, feet on the ground. And so it's very much a grounded energy, but it's also has that playfulness. It has that spirit of fun behind it. So it's not just heavy. It's not just earthbound. It's earthbound, but it's also playful and fun. So like whatever you're working on, whatever you're doing, especially when it comes to your finances, resources, the work that you're doing, the way you're handling money, you know, it's like try to keep a light heart about it. Try to have a little bit more fun this week too, and don't get too heavy. Don't get too serious about it either. It's, you know, if you can, it might be a good time to just take a little trip, get out of your workspace, get out of where you know, live every single day and just see something different for a day. That could really help. The overthinking is a thing too. On the bottom of the deck, we have the woodpecker spirit, which is the 8 of Swords. So you could be really going round and round and round in your head a lot, and it's really time to step out of just, you know, compulsive thinking. That's a big one this week too. And that's part of the playfulness. It's like when you're overthinking, it's like that's that seriousness. You know, when you break out of it, that's when the playfulness and the joy can take over again. So let's get you an affirmation on this reading, Taurus. Everything's going to be fine. You've got this white stag spirit coming up, which is such a great, you know, energy. It's a protective energy, just like the Queen of Pentacles. Very protective, very, you know, caring. You are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You're meant to create blessings with your magic. So yeah. Everything's going to be all right. It's just the overthinking can be a thing. It can be a big thing. That's why it's important. It's important to break out of that. All right. We've just got 2 left, y'all. Cancer, Gemini and Cancer. We're going to do those 2 and then we'll be done. All right. All right. So Gemini. my little butterflies and little hummingbirds and butter and bumblebee, honeybee. Ah, let's see what we've got for you this week, Gemini. This is going to be your spirit animal guidance for the week ahead or whenever you see this reading. So let's see what we have in the animal tarot for Gemini, please. Very nice. Oh, so nice. Gemini. Oh, it's good reading. Elephant spirit coming up with justice, Libra energy, balance, harmony, stability, wrongs being righted, things coming back full circle for you. The Lovers card with the Watson in the center. So love is definitely in the center, and you are very powerfully highlighted this week because that is your power card, the Lovers. And going into the third card, we have the Warthog Spirit, Two of Cups. So that's a very beautiful card indicator for a great romantic connection, soulmate connection. I feel like, things are just working out for you right now. Like when it comes to love and balance and commitment, it's all looking pretty fabulous. If it's not, this is probably not your reading. It just might not be your reading. Or things are about to get a whole lot better. If they haven't been very good, they're going to get a lot better because this reading is fantastic. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Peking duck, the Sun card coming out. So very positive. Like I said, if things are currently really difficult for you right now, Gemini, and you feel like they're never going to get better, just be patient. This is an excellent, excellent read. This is, this is justice. This is truth prevailing. This is love in all its forms, deeper commitment. This is a sacred union, harmony, good friends, good love, good soulmate connection. Oh, just very nice. Let's get a affirmation for Gemini, please. These cards just speak for themselves. And the Moose of Wisdom, here we go. So, let your head and mind reach to the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you, and you know much. So, my high-vibing Geminis, you're getting some good energy coming through right now. Signs that you could be involved with could be another Gemini, could be Cancer, Libra, or Leo. Those are the big signs coming out in this read right now. All right, we are on our last one, y'all. And that it will be going into Cancer. Yes, I did do Capricorn. I'm going to timestamp these once I'm done, so I will put that up. And I also do hold up the Capricorn card before I do the read, so you could probably slide through and see where it is. It was a good reading. It was a good Capricorn reading. Yeah, it was very good. So Cancer, right now is a really good time for Cancer. We've got Jupiter and Venus both in your sign. Very positive cosmic alignment for y'all. So let's see what we have for our crabs in the tarot. This is your spirit animal tarot messages, Cancer, for the week ahead. Anything that you need to see for your best and highest good. Very nice. Okay. Oh, yeah. So I think there's been some stuff going on in Cancer. Oh my goodness. So the first one coming out is the Shark card, the Devil. Capricorn energy. So you may be working too hard or overworked or feeling like you're just kind of stuck doing something again and again you don't really want to do. That's very possible with this card. It could be high time to shake off something that's become a boring or routine or unhealthy habit. That's a very important message from the Devil card. Anything that sort of haunts you, anything that kind of lurks in the darkness, right? The sharks lurking in the darkness, I love sharks. I love the Devil card. So I don't have any bad feelings about him, but he is definitely a card that comes up when we need to address something a little heavier, something that's a little that we consider maybe the darker side or our shadow side, or do some shadow work. And I do feel there could be some shadow work for you, Cancer, right now with the Black Swan, with the Nine of Swords. You're the only sign tonight that's got neither of these cards. So I'm just pointing that out, that there may be some heavy shadow work that you need to attend to. Nine of Swords can be sadness, worries, things that keep you up at night, overthinking. And so it's important to remember that these are just thoughts, they're just fears, they're just worries. And the only way to make them real is by dwelling on them and bringing them to life. Going into the last card, we have the Three of Cups, the Penguin spirit. So I do feel it's important for you to break out of this energy. Have a little fun. Go out with your friends, connect with people that you can talk to, and really have those emotional heart-to-hearts, because Cancer needs the emotional heart-to-hearts to get through to the healing that they need. It's going to be very, very helpful for you to kind of break out of your usual routine, which we're seeing with this card, and do something a little more fun and a little more joyful, a little more playful. So on the bottom of the reading of the deck, we've got the Hummingbird spirit, the Four of Wands. Such a great energy. It's very loving, welcoming, happy homecomings, happy home life in general. So I do feel like there's a lot of positive. So it's important to focus on your positive right now. And if it doesn't feel very positive, Cancer, I do feel that things are going to turn a good corner, because that is a very, very positive card. It's the 1111 in the traditional tarot, so it does have to do with synchronicities and happy things aligning. It's also the number 4. You're the 4th sign. It's a nice synchronicity. So let's get into an affirmation for you. And we have our puffin. I like that we got the penguin and the puffin for your reading. That's so cute. So puffin is partnership, you know. I think that there are friends and there are partnerships out there for you. So accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. And that's definitely what I'm feeling from this reading, is like, don't suffer in isolation this week, Cancer. Reach out to friends, partners, loved ones for support and fun, and they will really help boost your spirits. So very, very nice readings. This was a great night. I ended up being really, really nice. Ended up being a really, really good bunch of reads here, guys. That was fun. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll hopefully do this next week again. Hopefully sooner in the evening, like late hours. And I'm such a night owl. It's just partly my nature. I'm just up late. So, maybe that works for some of us, because we like to be up late too. But for those of you who want to get to bed earlier, I do understand that as well. So we'll try to do this a little earlier next week, like around 8 or 9, something that would be better. But yeah, it was good to see everybody, and I will do my best to be back here again on a Sunday night. This was super, super cool. So take care. I'll see you guys. I know a lot of you follow me on Instagram already, and that's Diamond Dragon Lady on the Instagram handle. And if you haven't already followed me, I do have, and if you're interested, only if you're interested, it's on my it's my perfume reviews. They're very fun. I also do sometimes post bunny videos and things like that. It's the Sassy Dragon channel. If you're interested in learning about things that smell good. I just started doing it for fun, and it's been more successful than the tarot channel has been. So I'm just going with it. So good to see you all, and I will be looking forward to talking to you soon. Bye-bye for now. Let's see if we know how to turn this off. I may not be able to get out of here. I swear. It's so different now.